Hello everyone, I'm back after a long time with these nature woodland journals, and first of all I would like to, well, apologize for not being really here on YouTube. I've reached over 1,000 subscribers and I'm really thankful for that, for all of you subscribing to my channel. But the thing is, sorry, I'm trying not to cry. um, just a second, please. Okay, I'm back. I'm not well. I'm still on chemotherapy. I mean, I'm on another chemotherapy, and I've been battling this thing for 2 years now, and it's been really hard. But sometimes when I feel good, I mean, not good, but good enough to be able to create, then I really, try to create as much as I can, because that's almost the only thing that keeps me sane. And yeah, so anyway, I don't want to, bring any negative vibes your way. So anyway, that's the problem. That's why I am not really filming and showing you stuff regularly, although I do have things that I have created since, this summer. I have journals that I've created and I haven't showed them. I haven't even photographed them or anything. But, I'll start with these. I've shown them on Facebook group Junk Journal Junkies, and some of those lovely ladies were asking for a video and, asking to purchase some maybe of these journals, which is also another thing. I don't have strength. I don't have emotional strength to deal with everything, to work, to do everything, to post on Facebook, to photograph, to film, to put things in my store, which is really unfortunate because I have some awesome journals that I should be putting in the store, but it is what it is. So I'll do what I can when I can. And I also wanted to tell you that if you want any of these, I will add my email down in the description box, and you can contact me. And then if you want to purchase and to go only through PayPal, I will give you a 10% discount, just because you would be saving my time and energy to go through everything through Etsy, to upload pictures, to write all the things down. I would give you all the details about the journals and everything, but of course, if you want to go through Etsy, then of course I would do that, and you just say what you want, tell me what you want, and it's not a problem. We can discuss everything. But let's just start with journals. Okay, so I just want to show them to you. So I'll move these. Oh, this one. Okay, it untied. So let's start with this one. So it's a deer journal, and I do apologize about the lighting. The weather outside is horrible, and I have to turn on the light. But I hope that you can see all the layers here, and this lovely image of a deer, which is just something from somewhere, from some kind of nature catalog or something. I don't know. I just take all kinds of nice images wherever I find them, and I save them so that I can use them in my projects. So here I have a ton of things layered down, like vintage laces that are hand dyed, artificial leaves, old book pages, some fabric, vintage cardstock, eco-dyed. There are these leaves. It's a Sizzix dye, tattered leaves, and I am in love with that dye. Yeah, lace, all kinds of things, fabrics, frayed. I really love that look. It's like it like frames this little image of this deer, and it's like extending the forest part. It's what I feel it does. This is eco-dyed, hand-dyed, whatever it is, vintage doily. I mean, there's just so much here, and the fabric. Let me zoom in. I hope that's okay. The fabric for this journal is also hand-dyed. It's a combination of eco-dyeing and dyeing with fabric dyes and rust and all kinds of things. I mean, I just combined, I don't know, several things, several techniques, and it came out really, really nice. And I've used this brown thread in my favorite crazy stitching style. It's one signature, as you can see, journal, and to tie it I used a combination of twine and eco-dyed cotton, and then I added these beads that I think match really well with the theme. So just to zoom in again, okay. So on the inside, I will try to be faster though. I have 3 journals to show you, and my computer uploads, I mean, it's obviously my internet, it uploads like for ages. So anyway, the pocket is made out of the same fabric. There's some rust here, and I don't know if it shows on camera, but the fabric is really, really nice. It has some lovely shades, yellow and green and brown and all kinds of things. And I've stamped these two images. It's a really big pocket. And then on the inside is this lovely image of the forest and the lake. I've stitched around it because I've backed it with some of my eco-dyed paper, and then, you know, did just a little bit of scribbles with white acrylic marker. There's a tag here with this mushroom, and I've stitched around it. It's been painted with white acrylic paint, and I like that it has this shape on the back, so you know, you can write on both sides if you wish. And the papers I chose for I think in all of these journals, well, some of the papers are it's a vintage ledger, but it's a huge one, and I cooked it in the oven. I mean, it's eco-dyed, so I've used it, like, you know, sometimes there were a fold because it couldn't fit into my baking tray or whatever. So because of those folds, it has really cool marks here and there. And then, for example, on this side, there are some leaf shapes, you know, very subtle. And then these flower buds, I mean, up close, it's really so beautiful. I don't know if you can see that, but it's really, really nice. Then here on this page, this is a pocket. It's an embossed cardstock, and I added this little bird, very grungy bird, well, paper. And this is napkin decoupage, and it's just, you know, simple tag, but it goes well with the journal, of course. This is the envelope. I made it a little bit smaller to fit this journal, but I wanted this paper and that color and everything. I've stitched around it, and I've added just a piece of that fabric here, so it's a really big, nice pocket. Oh, I forgot to put this back. Then another type of eco hand dyeing, rusting, whatever, all kinds of things, but this paper turned out so cool, really, really lovely. Then this is just coffee dyed paper, and I created a pocket here with some artificial leaves and some flowers, some stitching, and then a piece of vintage cardstock that was eco-dyed and has some really cool marks, and I think it's onion. I'm not sure, but it looks really cool. So you have a journaling card here. This is a little decoration with eco-dyed paper and the stamped bird here. This is vintage craft paper. Then again, eco-dyed with some green color that actually transferred from one green sheet of paper. It transferred to the white one, so it looks really nice, very pale green with these brown tones. And there's a nice little print here of a leaf. This is a bottom part of a book page bag, coffee dyed. So you can write on this side and you can write on this side, because I collaged some eco-dyed papers and I just added this stamped butterfly. Then this is my handmade paper. of course, I have to add it, not only because of the texture, but because it's handmade and it's recycled, so it, you know, it fits again into that theme of nature and preserving nature and all that stuff. This is an envelope that was coffee dyed, and then I decorated it with some stamping. I drew some lines here, like, you could write to someone. And then it has on some fabric this vintage stamp of what's the word? A moose. It's a Russian stamp. It's beautiful, so beautiful. And then on the other side there are some leaves and stitched fabric. It was still sticky on this side, so I stitched some fabric, and it's also nice because it's strengthened now, so you can add stuff to that envelope. Again, some lovely prints here and here. This is more like tea rust kind of dye. This is just decoration here. On this side it's an envelope, but I just added some cheesecloth and this it's a die cut, die cut, and then stamped this not a butterfly, a moth. So it looks really nice. And then on this side some stamping, and you can write, of course, and you have a big pocket here. And I added this old postcard. No, it's not a postcard, it's just a picture. Oh, okay, never mind. But it's so nice because it's a picture of a painting, and there's this old man with his dog and the sheep and everything. So it really looks very nice. So it also goes well with the whole journal, I guess. Eco dyed paper again here. This is a little journaling card backed with eco dyed paper, and it's an image from I think some travel catalog or something. But there's, like water in the back and the grass and everything. It just looks so beautiful. The colors are beautiful. More vintage craft paper, and I created this huge journaling tag, or card actually. It has this fabric tab here, and this is handmade paper, and of course there's a leaf under the acetate. So yeah, you can of course write on the back. More of my handmade paper. This is a little, like you could use it as a bookmark or just a skinny tag for journaling. I just added these leaves and some stitched papers, and I just think it looks cute. More eco dyeing. This is the paper that I dyed with old keys, rusty keys. This is a pocket here with a little journaling card, and I've stitched again that. Oh, look at the back. It's really beautiful. I've stitched that same fabric, and this is napkin decoupage. I added it to this tag, so you can write and have a pocket there. And then this is just marvelous. This especially this side. Oh yeah, the reason I added this tag here and created a pocket is because it was folded. That part of the paper was folded in the oven in the eco dyeing process, and I didn't want to tear it because it does have a nice print. It's faint, but it is nice, a print of a leaf. So I've strengthened it with this tag, and now you can write nicely there. This is another recycled thing. It's an image from a catalog. It's glossy. Sorry for the glare. But the forest just looks amazing, and again the color fits perfectly, and even this paper clip is vintage, if that means anything. There's another gorgeous page with this big leaf here, and that's why it's folded, because I didn't want to cut off the leaf. On this page, handmade paper, I think you guys call this floating pockets. I just call them book page bags or whatever. But on this side, I created a pocket from the same fabric and added these leaves and a tiny stitched piece of cardstock where you can, of course, write something. And then there's a tag. Again, eco-dyed. Everything is, almost everything is eco-dyed. And then on the other side you have this collage of eco-dyed papers, some stamping, and a vintage postage stamp from Poland with this gorgeous bird. I love it. And again, the colors are just perfect, perfect. And on the inside is just this, again, skinny tag or a bookmark. I did really do a lot of, stitching and detailed work in this. There's this paper clip, with some artificial leaves there. Again, vintage craft paper and a napkin decoupage of a rooster on handmade paper. Again, lovely, lovely print here of a leaf. This is the other side of that envelope, and I'm just checking my time. Oh, I'm terrible. I have to hurry. No, this is not going to be one video. Obviously, I have to make 2 or 3. Anyway, an old postcard with some beautiful flowers in this pocket, and that's, I think, yeah, that's all. And again, some stamping and some collage on this side. Then here we have just a tag made out of that glossy paper that I recycled because the color is beautiful and the paper is really, really nice, so why not? And I added fabrics and a stamped image. And then this is an envelope here. It's embossed, but very, very lightly. And that's because I've used, it's not an embossing folder. It's that plastic, like, it's what you use to when you make cakes, to make texture on your cakes, like on your fondant or things like that. And I've used that plastic and I've cut it to fit my Sizzix machine, and then I used that as an embossing like folder and it worked. It's just a little bit more subtle, but it works. It's a wood grain effect. And on the inside I have this tiny booklet with my eco-dyed papers that I just couldn't bear to throw away. They're too beautiful. There are more flower buds here, and just lovely little things. And on the front there are some leaves, cardstock leaves. There's some cotton fabric and cheesecloth that I've dyed, and there's this little tag with these tiny flowers inside. And yeah, and I bound it like a proper book. So that goes there, and that goes there. And yeah, here's another journaling card. This is again eco-dyed paper on the back, and here is just, as you can see, it's a die cut negative, but it was too beautiful to be thrown away, so I layered some green paper and cheesecloth, and then that black cardstock, and now I think it's really beautiful. And it's here on my handmade paper page. This is a paper bag. I glue down eco-dyed paper so that you can write on it if you wish, or add photos or anything. And then I added this vintage stamp of a hedgehog, I think. And inside is this little guy, hedgehog. But this cardstock is also vintage, and it was like eco-dyed or something. I think it's more. It was more in a part of a tray with iron, with metal things, I mean. So this, I didn't distress it. It just came out like that, and it looks awesome, and it's really sturdy. It's nice. I love it. And then on this side I added this little clip, bulldog clip, again collage with some eco-dyed papers and stamped image, so you can write here if you wish. And then I added this tiny little booklet, and yeah, it's just, this is corrugated cardboard and a real feather, so that goes there, just for fun, for more texture, more nature, I don't know, it just fits in here. And yeah, again, eco-dyed papers. And this is another skinny little thing that I created with I don't have a white piece of paper, can see. Lovely little grass or something, and then you can write at the bottom. It's just really cute. So that goes there. And on this side is this journaling card with a bird and a feather and some fabrics here, just a little collaged stuff. And then on the back I painted with white acrylic, so you can nicely write there. More of that gorgeous rusty orangey paper. And then it's like, these are like negatives. These flower buds ended up, I mean, not I'm not sure if that's the right word, the flower bud. It's like a huge flower that looks like hibiscus flower, but it's not hibiscus flower, but it looks like it. And then when it wilts, no, when it's wilted, whatever, it closes up and then it falls on the ground because I didn't want to pick the flowers. I just wanted them, you know, to be beautiful as long as they could. But then when they fell to the ground, I picked them up and I used them in my dyeing process. So on some papers, they left very faint bluish color, and that's really gorgeous. But here, it ended up looking as a negative. So it's really interesting. This is the other side of that huge envelope. I've stitched some corrugated cardboard and I just added some paint to it. This is again some gorgeous print here with bluish and brown and yellow tones. Some leaves. It's really nice. And then this is the back. Again, that fabric. I love that fabric. It's really nice, thick cotton, and the colors are just amazing. And then there's this crazy looking tag that I made with fibers and fabrics and book pages and this paper flower and then these coffee filter flowers. And then I've backed it, of course, with some eco-dyed paper, but this one had some writing on it, so I painted again with white acrylic paint so that you can write there. And yeah, that's a deer. That's a deer. A one signature journal. So much, so many details and so many, so much, you know, layering and stitching and working and all kinds of things. So this one, okay, I wrote it down. I'll just read it. It measures about 9 by 7.5, and it has 72 pages front and back, plus all the tags and envelopes and, you know, pockets and everything. So that is that one. And yeah, I will finish here and then I'll try to film the other two now that I have a little bit of strength to do this. So thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next video. And I will also tell you something else in the next video, so stay tuned. Bye bye.